Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Hope, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't appreciate.
What are we talking about, son?
Get into it. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard.
Good evening, good people. Good evening, good people. You heard fam, man. Look, out the gate, you see it down low. Please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit the like button. Scan for merch. You see it up. Listen, we got people in the building. Autism. What's good, Playboy? Let me get rid of that. What's good? What's up, fellas? Great day to be a Cane. Better day to be in the shop working on my concoctions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Your concoctions that I don't want. I don't want any. I don't want any of that autism. Mikal, what's going on? Tony Toka, what's good? What's good? Chi-Town Kane, what's going on, man? Top 5 recruiting class loading. Billy pissed Mario off by beating him in the recruiting last year. Yeah. And listen, we got a lot of money coming off the books next year. If you think about it, Carson Beck, people want to speculate on how much he's getting paid, but let's just say for shits and giggles, he's getting $4 million. That's a lot of money coming off. And hopefully we shouldn't have to pay another quarterback to come next year. Hopefully we should be riding with somebody in the room. You got some young, you got Darion Coleman coming, you got Luke Nickel with another year in the system. Who else coming off the books? CeCe most likely coming off the books. Inez Cooper coming off the books. Brockenmeyer coming off the books. Markel Bell could come off the books. Mark Fletcher could come off the books. As far as we know. CJ Daniels coming off the books. Ruben Bain coming off the books. Mezzi coming off the books. That's right. A lot of people coming off the books next year, man. So, Brantley, I think Brantley was a senior. Yeah, Brantley's a senior. He coming off the books. There's a lot of people coming off the books, man. So this recruiting, this class, this 26 class, it's a heavy class, man. So let's start with the list. Let's start with who's coming just this weekend. This is this weekend alone. I think they're starting tomorrow or Friday. Some people will trickle in Thursday, I'm sure, but Friday is the main day. Highlighted by Derrek Cooper. Must get in the class. And I hate to say must get, right? But for perception purposes, in Miami, you got to keep your talent home, man. Tristen Keys coming through. Some believe he's the top receiver in the nation. I posted earlier, man. I watched his highlights, and I heard people talking about, he's all right. I don't know what y'all talking about. Tristen Keys is a problem. I don't know where people are getting from. I could point to some people that's but Tristen Keys ain't one of them. Anthony Tank Jones coming. Lamar Brown. Now, I know this is a long shot, right? He lives apparently like right by LSU, born and raised there, But stranger things have happened. Chauncey Kennan, corner, problem. Messiah Hampton from NY, from up top. I think it's kind of a long shot there, but you never know. And Messiah Hampton is nice. Samarion Wingo, a want. Kane's been chasing him for a minute. Keyshawn Stencil. I like him. D tackle, big body. Smoke Matthews from up here in North Carolina, is from Charlotte. He goes to Hough High School. I'm gonna check him out this fall. But by all accounts, he's that guy, man. A big corner. Brody Jennings, believe the brother of Bradley Jennings, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he's committed to Michigan now, or was committed to Michigan, something like that. Camden Porter's coming through. He's already a commit. So yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm not hearing mid, but people are saying like he's overrated, man. I'm like, I don't know where that's coming from. Apparently, Mark Bowman and Booby Feaster was supposed to come, but they're not coming anymore. So, take that for what it is. But listen, chat, man, who are your must-gets in this class? Now, I said I don't like to say must-get, and I don't like to say must-get because I don't feel like one person makes or breaks a class, a team, period. But like I mentioned, for perception purposes, I think it's important that, Jeremiah Smith already left. Man. It was close, but he left. DJ Pickett left. So some of these guys, man, Derrek Cooper, Calvin Russell, you got to keep those guys home, man. It's imperative that you keep those guys home. Tony says Flo's not filling keys. Well, Flo's a Miami guy to the heart. He kind of, sometimes he could be a little bit homish, 305 glasses on. Nothing wrong with it. Doggo says Cooper's the must get. Cooper's the guy. Okay. Tony, Cooper, Keys, Russell, and Pickett are must gets. Jeez. Tristen Keys is a long shot, man. I think he's one of those guys, not him personally, but, his representative. They're playing the long game, as you should if you're a five-star and considered, the best receiver in the country. You should play that, play that game. What you trying to do? We don't know what LSU's doing. Usually on official visits is where you talk that NIL stuff, so we'll see. Again, but Miami's broke. Miami don't got no money. Or sometimes Miami has money, sometimes they don't. So I don't know what it is. Russell, exclamation point, Chi-Town. Too many South Florida wide receivers. Yeah, I hear you. That's definitely an issue, especially if he goes to Syracuse. Fam, that's like, I'm going to keep it a buck. To me, if he goes to Syracuse, that's just, I don't want to be home. Like, I don't want to be home. I don't want to go where my mom's went. I don't want to put on for the home. That's just what that is. So Macau says Derrek Cooper's a must get. I hear you, Juan. Joey, wide receiver room has numbers now. Tony Johnson, Keelan, Mariam, Chance, 9 cards to go along with Joe. Do you think we can find 3 to replace what we had? KB fight for Fitz. 3 to replace, what do you mean? The production of the three that just left? Listen, I think the production is going to look a little bit different. I think whoever's in the slot is going to have an opportunity to produce, because in Shannon Dawson's offense, the slot is pivotal. But I think the tight end position, where Elijah Arroyo just vacated, I think Elijah Lofton is going to have a real good opportunity to produce and put up big numbers in the slot. So I think the numbers are going to be there. Look, I'm a person who thinks the offense is still going to be good. Having a number one offense, that's special, but I still think we're going to be top 10, 15. But I think it just looks different. There's just going to be different numbers for everybody. The receiver, you may not get all that production from the receiving core, but the running backs, I think, are going to eat more. I think the tight end is going to eat more, so. Joe, is Tristen Key signed to Adidas? Do you think that plays a factor? I think he is. Does it play a factor? I don't know, but what I do know, this is what gives me some confidence with Tristen Keys. We're the only non-SEC school that he's visited. He's been to Miami. When we were there for the spring game, Tristen Keys was there, walking around for real. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, walking around like he was, like he's from there. Like, he walking around, chilling, going in buildings and going indoors, like he knows where to go. Like he's walking around like he already there, man. So, it looks like he's comfortable down there. And I think with this visit, this is going to be his third visit, I think. So he's been down a lot, man. And maybe his fourth visit. He's been down on his own dime multiple times, man. So I think that's more of a factor than the Adidas Nike thing. Because, right, like SP said, or I'm sorry, Winston said, he's signed to a Nike school currently. So I don't know if that plays a factor. I don't know if Adidas hits him like, yo, we need you at an Adidas school. I don't know. Replace where we forgot who started into. Oh, nah. I don't think we're ever gonna forget this offense, but I think these guys will carve out their own niche. I think whoever's in the slot, I think is gonna eat. I think JoJo has the opportunity to be special, to be that guy, to be the Jacoby George with more production. Because Jacoby George got busy. Like, for all the bonehead things that he did, Jacoby George had a good, stellar career, man. But I think JoJo has the opportunity to exceed that. The way CJ Daniels is looking in the offseason, he has the opportunity too, man. So I don't think we're ever gonna forget that, but I think they'll do their thing, man. JoJo will get slapped. I would love to see that, SP. I would love to see that. I've been saying that for a long time. I think he should play in the slot. 4 or 5 stars in this class. Cooper, Cantwell, Russell, Keys. That's what you're thinking? That'd be crazy. And I could see a surprise. Like, what if there's a surprise, man? Like, what if something happens at USC and Kenye Pepe, what if? There's a lot of things that can happen between now and signing day, man. A lot of things. George is turning heads in Carolina. Yeah, I can't wait to see him. I'm gonna definitely make some preseason games, get to see him play. Jared Harrison Hunt is out here too. So I hope to see him. Jay, what's good, Jay? Chi-Town Kane, the 3 that Miami just had were really good. The young wide receivers in the room have a chance to be great. They are more talented. Yeah. I think, X is X. X was special, is special. But we know he wasn't the most physically gifted. He's not the fastest, not the strongest, not the shiftiest, but he was that dude. So now you have people in the slot, Ray, Mally, Tony Johnson, Keelan, whoever in the slot that can give you the physical things that you want, the fast, the quick, but will they be as crafty? Will they know how to sit in the zone? Will they know how to read the defense, what the defense is doing? Will they know how to get open for the quarterback? That's things that just you have a feel for playing that position. So we got to see if that's going to happen. That's what's going to make them great, not the physical stuff, so to speak. So we'll see. But this recruiting weekend and the recruiting weekends coming up, June is going to be crazy. Like June is going to be bananas, and I'm not expecting any of these 5 stars to really pop. Keeping it a buck, I'm really thinking they're gonna wait until signing day, drive up the numbers, whatever they do now. Whatever's going on now NIL wise, but I am expecting, somebody like maybe Malik Morris at linebacker, or somebody like Samarion Wingo to pop. Messiah Hampton, somebody like that to pop. Joe, you think we can get Tristen? I think anything's possible, Jay, man. But I was saying before you popped on, I'm a little confident in Tristen Keys just because he's been here multiple times, and we're the only non-SEC school that he's really flirting with. You know what I mean? Jace Matthews, it's been a little bit more quiet as far as he's concerned, but anything's possible, man. Like, if we haven't noticed or, people have forgotten, Coach Cristobal is a problem on the trail, man. He's a problem. It's only a matter of time before, like somebody mentioned, I think it was SP, 4 5 stars, possibly 5 stars. That's crazy. That's championship level, recruiting right there. SP Dawson system is 6,000 yards, 4,000 passing, 2,000 rushing. The proof is there. Recruits love. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And that's why I think we're definitely going to be in the top 10, top 15 in the offense this year in the country. Like, I really, no disrespect to the ACC. The defenses aren't that strong. If you go, when we break down the schedule later on, we're just gonna look at it. We'll look at the defensive rankings and see what's going on, but there's an opportunity for the offense to be special again, no doubt. How's it looking with Derrek Cooper, my brother? It's looking good. P-Low, it's looking good, man. He's on campus now, or will be on campus this weekend. He's been on campus plenty of times. This is the home, and Miami's making that push, man. And there's other 5 stars around them. I know they have something special going on this weekend. I know they're going to get them 5 stars in a room and talk. They're going to talk. So, Chi-Town, Israel Bridge, Jermichael Garrett, Derrek Cooper, I'm confident in. What's the feel on Chauncey? Yeah. Chauncey Kennan may be a little surprise too, man. They working Chauncey. That's gonna be a battle though. That's gonna be a battle. All these guys are gonna be a battle, but yeah, that's gonna be a battle. Tony, is Jason Lopez still trending? I know he's visiting NC State. Think he's gonna take his visits, you know. I wonder though, and I'm gonna try to dig a little bit more, but I wonder the slot from Cali, Vance. I wonder if they would take both J-Rock and Vance. Because listen, that Vance kid is crazy. But J-Rock is crazy. That's my guy, man. So I'm sure they would take both, but man, that'd be crazy to have both of them. What makes Keys the number one receiver? What are his elite traits? So physically, size to speed, hands, he catches everything. So, you know, in high school, when you just dominate your competition, you know, nobody can stop him. He's dominant. And to be that big, he's quick. He changes direction. Nice to be that big. And he just has to learn to find a poison playing wide receiver. And that's where, you know, Coach KB comes in. But everything else he has, man, he just has to learn, which every young receiver, for the most part, has to learn how to be a wide receiver. He has all the athletic traits. Super. If you could get 2 wide receivers, who would they be and why? What's your take on J-Rock? So my 2 would be Tristan Keys and Calvin Russell. Those would be your 2 outside wide receivers for a while. You know, that'd be like a dominant 2 wide receivers right there, man. Tristan Keys, for the reason I just said, I think he's further along than Calvin Russell as far as being a receiver. But Calvin Russell, again, has those. He's not as strong, not as stout as Tristan Keys, but, you know, he's just as tall, just as athletic, very athletic. But he needs a little bit more work at playing wide receiver than Tristan Keys. J-Rock, I love J-Rock. I think J-Rock is a problem. J-Rock is athletic. J-Rock catches everything. He high points the ball. He runs good routes. He's quick. Yeah. And he's tough. Yeah. J-Rock is that dude. Jay, I thought last season we should have had 2 1,000-yard receivers with Cam. Do you think we can do it this season with Carson back? I think we can. I don't know, again, how it's going to look. You know, I really think we have 2,000-yard backs, though. You know, I think we have 2,000-yard backs. I don't think we have a 1,000-yard receiver. I think we have a couple of receivers at 8, you know, 7, 800, you know, and then a couple receivers at 4 or 5. But I don't think we have 1,000-yard receiver. My guy, man, he's fresh off of me, and he can't stay. Yo, listen, man, this dude this dude is possessed. With this you heard shit right here, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Appreciate you.
How's it going?
I'm saying I'm working out here, man. As soon as I was about to jump on, all the power in my house shut off. Like a light switch went off, everything went off. So that was crazy. So yeah, man, fresh off a meeting. What I missed, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the chat going crazy. I see a lot of so I just jumped on. So listening to what you were saying, yeah, I think the numbers are gonna be spread, man. Like I don't think it's gonna be like one player is the focus. You know what I'm saying? Like this year, you don't have an established player like a X You know what I'm saying, to command the ball the way he did. But they're gonna, with Dawson's offense, he likes to feed the slot, man. So that's work that's got to continue. But I think the numbers are gonna be spread around. I think the numbers will be similar to last year, but as far as one guy having like 1,000 yards, I don't know if that's going to be necessarily the case.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it could happen. Definitely, man. We're not saying it can't, but just think it's most likely, or not most likely, but I think it gets spread around. As he can't still in. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. We're one of the few schools that assuring him he could play tight end here.
Yep.
And our tight end coach is a problem on the recruiting trail, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Coach Woodell is a problem, though.
Yeah, Coach Woodell's a problem, man. How does Clemson recruit so many high-end receivers? Clemson recruits good because they've won.
Yep.
Their facilities are crazy, like ridiculous.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that I think is a good thing, coach, I'm not going to say his name.
Yep.
He assures those guys that he's going to develop them and they're going to play. He's not running to the transfer portal for everybody, man. He's saying, if I recruit you, you're going to play. You're going to develop and play. And if you don't develop, then you just won't play. So I think a lot of recruits like that. I mean, I would, so.
He got grandfathered in where he was already established, right? Like he built Clemson. He's been there 10, 12 years, right? Maybe 15, right? Like he got to build it out way early, so it becomes easier to do that. And when you take that mentality of we're not going to do the portal except for these small space, like it's going to get you in the right rooms. It's not going to get you everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cade Klubnik wasn't Cade Klubnik 2 years ago when we beat him. You know what I'm saying? He was stared on his tight ends. Like that gets built out. That comes with time and progression. And he took a change. Like he knows don't like him, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good ball coach. Like he knows what he's doing. Like I'm gonna give him credit when I separate my bias. He knows what he's doing. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Again, 15 years of being there gives them a lot of leeway to get a couple years of, even on a bad year, they still win 9 games. 8 games. So yeah.
Yep.
Juan, what is the obsession with having 1,000-yard receiver when you could have 4, 5 that have 3,200, 3,400? Like what's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's with everybody having less than 800, like 1,000 yards. What having that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You know what I'm saying? You could have, what if you have one guy with 1,000 yards and your next best receiver only has 300 yards? You don't have a good offense. You don't have a good developed offense. You only got one guy, and then we're crying and screaming that you know what I'm saying, that we don't develop anybody but one guy because we don't develop our guys. So I'd rather have a plethora of performers as opposed to just one.
Yeah.
Now let that go, Juan. Let that go, though.
Yeah, please. He's enjoying life, man, and he's chilling with Dye Beard, and
can we talk about that? Can we talk about that for a second?
Man.
Just a split second. It's why we lost the interview a couple months ago. The Photoshop is crazy. Like the man is in his 50s. Not a single gray hair is highly questionable, dog. That's all I'm saying. Like I
don't have gray.
Joe, I can see you right now, brother. I'm looking at you.
This is just the crystals.
I've met you. We've gone to Christoph's. You know what I'm saying? We've gone to Christoph's, and
I did that to look more distinguished, son.
That's what it is. Okay, so you went gray.
Yeah. I wanted to salt and pepper look, son.
Yo, let me get that gray.
Yeah, I want that salt and pepper, man.
Just for old men. That's just all right. I respect it,
man.
I respect it. So what's popping, man? What I missed?
My wife liked it. Nothing. Talking about the weekend. The recruits on campus. We got Bunch of 5 stars on campus, you know.
Crazy.
Highlighted by
Crazy.
Derrek Cooper, Tristen Keys.
Yeah.
You know, the Lamar Brown kid, man.
Fam, I was just seeing that Anthony Kennedy is coming. Come on, dog. Like, if I'm looking at the right stats, that dude is 6'4", 330. I was like, what? That's insane. Yo, did you get a chance? Have y'all gotten a chance to see Lamar Brown's tape, his huddle?
Yeah, he's stupid.
Fam, he is a mean right tackle, yo. Because he plays tackle and end. And he's like the most physically violent offensive tackle I've seen. Because he's not, you know what I'm saying? That dude is just throwing people, like, looking for contact. Like, where you at? I'm throwing you out the way too. So that won't be.
And unfortunately, again, his backyard is Tiger Stadium. You know what I mean? Like,
that's Baton Rouge. Yeah.
So
that was gonna be tough, dog. That was gonna be tough.
Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see. You know, how y'all feel about Joel Irving, Jalen Waters, and Darren Only? Yeah. That's that's dope. That's what it's supposed to be, man. Yep. To me, a commitment is a commitment, man. I'm not, you know, unless I'm getting like $10,000 to take, you know, official business.
That's on the light side. That's on the light side if we being honest.
You know,
look, if you're a person or a young man or a family that knows exactly where you want to go to, you lock it down. Like, not everybody's gonna do that, right? Like, we've had our share, not us, but like, you'll have your share of commitments that happen every couple of weeks. Like the linebacker, Isaiah Williams, right? Like, committed to every school he takes an official visit to. That's okay too. Like, that's part of the business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you communicate and understand that that's what it is, you know. But yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to Joel Irvin. Shout out to Jalen Waters, and shout out to quarterback of the future, Darion Coleman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Leaders, man. Darion Coleman being a leader in the room. Yep. You know, Joel Irvin being a leader, man. Hopefully, you know, our number one, Mr. Cantwell, could come back, you know, for a game. I'm sure there's gonna be mad people at the Notre Dame game, probably Florida game. You know, so those tailgates are gonna be epic.
Yeah, those are gonna be crazy. You in Miami is banned from X's tailgates. I wanted to say it on public record. I've already said it on my X, but he is not allowed to go to X's tailgate anymore. He's been banned. X hit me. I don't know his act. Keep it a buck. I don't even know his actual
You
name.
in Miami?
Yeah. The one that had the one that they had the graphic of that looked like the Miami fan. I always forget it, though. I'm terrible. I should have had his name. I should have had his name locked in, but you know what I'm saying? He said he's gonna call security if we don't let him into the tailgate. Listen, I didn't have anything to do with it. I'm just making the public announcement that you've been banned, fam. I didn't have anything to do. I was told to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you were told you were asked to do this?
No, I made all that up. I made all of that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I just felt like saying this. Yeah, because if he's watching, I'm gonna cut the clip and send it to him so he sees me say it. You know what I mean? That's my guy, man. Good peoples. Yo, you gotta play from your neck of the woods. From your neck of the woods, making a trip down. You know what I'm saying? From Hough.
That boy Smoke.
The young man Samari Matthews.
Smoke.
Yeah, man. So think about that one. Ain't also pushing Clemson to the side for them not to get that official visit, because Clemson does kind of knock down the Carolinas, if we being honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely check them out this season, man. Hough produces good DBs, so yeah, good size, man. About 6 foot, 6'1", 6'1". Yep. You know, rangy. Good corner, man. You know, very solid, very confident. Yep. You know, plays tough. Yeah, I think you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes. I think he's leaning towards like Texas now, maybe. And that's hard to ever win a recruiting battle against Texas. But you know, he'll be down. So we shall see.
Let's
We
see
shall
here.
see.
Look at this list. Who outside of the big Derrek Cooper, right? Outside of the big names, who are you excited that is taking their first visit down here to Miami?
Yeah, Smoke definitely. I think Messiah Hampton is somebody that, you know, we should look out for. We should watch, man. He's a very good receiver from up north, from New York. I've watched his huddle a couple times, and yeah, very, very, very solid receiver.
Samarian Wingo.
Yeah, that's all. That we already know that. Yeah, that's
watching his huddle. Where'd you think? So I was watching it earlier, right? Where'd you think he plays best at?
Samarian Wingo.
Yeah.
I think he can play all over the field.
Yeah.
He can play. He's gonna. I think in college he'll be an outside receiver or whatever. But yeah, he can play all over the field. Good size.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's the thing with these guys, man. Always catches the ball. You know, I like those guys. Yeah, hand catches. I like those guys, man, that can pluck the ball out the air. You know, catch the ball, come back to the ball, have confidence in their hands. They don't have to leave their feet to jump and catch the ball with their stomach. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So they can pluck it out the air and keep going.
I liked his ability to read spaces in a zone defense. So I thought he was kind of killing it in the slot. You know what I'm saying? Like in that middle of the field, you know what I'm saying, type of area. I thought he was doing dope with that. So that's the thing. I was like, obviously he's a bigger receiver though. He's not, you know what I'm saying, he's like 6'1", 6'2". So not your prototypical slot guy, but
right.
Yeah, I liked what he did there. I was like, yo, this guy would kind of kill it in the middle of the field. Like to have that deep threat in the slot, not just on the outside, would be dope. So Juan, we don't get into that, fam. Like we see what you're trying to do, but we're not yeah, we saw the viral wedding videos and stuff like that. Man, congratulations.
As long as that man is happy, kid, I don't care.
That's it, fam.
We don't know. As that young man is happy, man.
Says Rock Hill Cristoforo Santino says Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Yeah, absolutely. South Carolina and North Carolina, the whole area, man. The Carolinas, there's talent, man. There's talent all up and down the Carolinas, man. So, yeah. Yup. I can't wait to check it out. Check these guys out. I'm gonna try to catch Camden Porter's too.
Oh, that's right around you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he goes to a private school though.
Probably. There's a likelihood there. I'll put
Run to his pops.
The list is crazy. The list is crazy. Look, for
he
those
goes to Lions Park. Oh no, okay. He's right around the corner from my job, son.
No, that ain't close then.
He's right. No, it ain't close, but on a Friday night, I just stay down there.
Fam, Keshawn Stansel. Crazy.
Yeah. I think he from up here, isn't he?
I think so. Look out for the graphics. We're gonna have all the graphics of all the OVs coming this weekend. We dropped the Derrek Cooper already earlier on our socials. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see, pull that up real quick. Stansel.
Clayton High School.
Where is
Clayton,
that?
North Carolina. I don't know where that is, but he country strong. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah,
you can see it, dog.
Clayton, North Carolina. That sounds like a sundown town, son.
Yes, it does.
Clayton. Okay. It's right outside of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Probably might be a sundown town.
He's close to Chapel Hill. Yeah, okay. So
Jason,
nothing but a little over an hour away from me.
That's not bad. Jay Singh asks, Miami is known as tight end U and potentially O-line U with how Mario's building the trenches. Outside of those two, where can you see Miami's next position of production occurring? So we're staying outside of the trenches. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So we can't say D-line.
Yeah, I think running back, running back you definitely. Fletch and Lau and Shamar Brown and the young boys, Hellcat still there. Pringle, yeah. I think running back you definitely. I think
Xavier Lucas.
DBs have a chance, man. Yeah. DBs have a chance. Got a chance in that secondary. I'm really like, that's when we talk and we preview the season and all that, like I'm really curious to see how they do the secondary, man. Who's playing where, how he's mixing that up. Because you got guys like Damari Brown is going to be a wild card, man.
Yeah.
I think he needs to start at the star. Like, I think he's the star. I think he needs to start there. Because he could cover, he'll knock you to smithereens.
Smithereens.
Yeah, son.
We're taking it back.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he juggles that, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. Studio One Live says QBU. I get back dressed in the first round, then decom. I mean, we just gonna skip Luke Nickel. Also, we just had
right. Y'all wildin', man. Luke Nickel's in the building. And Luke Nickel ain't going nowhere. Like Luke Nickel got progressively better in the spring.
Throws a really pretty
and
deep
he had
ball.
a good spring game, He wasn't trash out there.
So, Joe, look, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you. I was going to wait till the Sunday show, but this kind of leads me right to it. It's always the question of, like, play the young guys, right? To me, the question becomes, like, everybody's already, like the perfect example is that you see highlights of huddles and, their high school tape, and you think they're going to ball out. We were as hyped for Luke Nickel when we got him. So when the concept of playing the young guys, and this isn't like a portal thing, the concept of playing the young guys, like does that mentality come like just play every freshman every year? You know what I'm saying? Like where do you in the chat? So I'm asking the chat, like where do you differentiate? Like when do you play the young guys, and like when do you say development is the problem? Does the question make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like because if already saying Darian Coleman is it, then we're just going to skip over Luke Nickel's year that he won back-to-back state titles in Georgia, the highest class.
Right.
And just skip over that. You know what I'm saying? And go, no, D. Coleman's it. But then what if D. Coleman struggles and be like, see, Mario's fucking him up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he's going to struggle in spring. Like, it takes a while to you know what I'm saying, catch up to the game.
Yeah.
So then what happens? Like, how do you deal with that? And I'm asking the chat too. Y'all let me know. Like, is play the young guys, like every time you get a new 25, they take over, so you'll never have sophomores playing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that. Like to play the young guys, just
I think you know when you know, and I think it's position specific, right? So when you get to a school like a Clemson or like a Ohio State or Alabama that's been building, freshmen should never be playing unless you're special than them all. Like, unless you're coming in and there's nobody better than you at that position.
Facts.
Let's say a quarterback like Bryce Underwood at Michigan. There's nobody there. They didn't recruit. They don't have anybody. There's nobody there. He has to play.
By default. Yeah.
Yep. But let's say at Clemson, the receivers, what's his name? Moore? What's his name? The receiver, the freshman receiver, TJ Moore.
Yep.
We saw what he did in the Under Armour game.
Yep.
He came in ready. And the coaches there are like, okay, I can't keep him off the field. I'm not worried about that young shit that people talk about. Like he doesn't have any snaps. He been playing football since he was 5. He has snaps. Like
Yes.
No, you don't have college snaps. Yes, but you've been playing football since you were 5, man. You know what you're doing out there. Some positions more than others. Like, I don't feel comfortable putting a 17-year-old kid at D tackle. No.
Yep.
Nah, we're gonna chill.
We have one.
You gotta earn that. But at receiver, yes, go get it, fam. At corner, yes, go get it. You know what I mean? So it's running back. I think you can. Yes, go get it. I think
skill positions.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I don't want now. CC played as a freshman. I think more because he had to.
There was nobody there. There was nobody there.
You had to throw him in.
That was the build. Like that was that was a foundational year for that O-line. And then you see what you've gotten after that. But
now with Jackson Cantwell, right? He's gonna come in early. Freshman, both tackles should be gone. Markel Bell could stay. Technically, CC could stay, but you know, I don't think they.
I'm already counting him out. Yeah, I'm already counting him out.
So
top 10.
Now he's coming in the spring. He has 8 months to learn it and either start or not. You're either gonna feel comfortable or you're not, and you're gonna have to get a, tackle out the portal to start and all that. So, I think it's position specific, man.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I've always wondered that, like, where does the play the young guy stop? Like, is it like, do you take it on a case by case basis, or like because they're highly touted, or someone said, "Yo, this guy's it," you know what I mean? Like, and then when he doesn't become it because he realistically needs time to develop, where do you take those differences, right? Like, we hear like, "Yo, this guy's it," like because he does this, but like he still needs to like acclimate to the program. I'm saying acclimate to the position coach that might not be the same position coach that recruited him. I'm saying, because those guys leave all the time. Like, that takes time, and those are things that need to be factored in.
And as a staff, you have to be fair. You have to be fair, and you have to throw out your stubbornness. There are staffs, there are coaches that are gonna play the older people just because they're the older people.
I hate that shit.
Like, that's not.
I hate that.
That's not what it is, man. I understand snaps. I understand experience. But when you have somebody better, get them in, let them gain that experience.
If their floor is if they're younger and their floor is already higher than your experienced guy, they're only gonna you know what I'm saying? You're putting a ceiling on him for no reason, just because he's never gonna get snaps there. If you're always going to
put him in you got to put him in there, man. You got to let him eat. Like, again, these cats have been playing football, and I always talk about you're getting players from big time programs. You're not getting players from little town like Nixon, Missouri. Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? But for the most part, in Florida, in Georgia, in Alabama, they've been playing big time football forever. They've been playing on ESPN. You know what I mean? They've been playing.
Malachi Tony showed out as a sophomore.
Yeah,
and
man.
Like, put the nation on notice.
Like, you think he not ready? Yes, the speed of the game is different, absolutely. But let him act like he's been practicing for 8 months against college players. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Juan Manuel says, Benny, when the young man's talent overwhelms on the field, not on hype. But fam, what I'm talking about is when they're young, all they are is hype. Because you don't know. You don't know what their on the field product is. Only what we're being told that what you're being told. We're talking about practice though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. So it's like, do you let them play and get that experience, and then they can show out? They're like, yo, why are we still keeping him off the field? You know what I'm saying? Like, give you a perfect example. On a much lesser level, but like the Duke game, Booker Pickett had a crazy bend, you know what I'm saying, come around the corner and then I don't remember seeing him again. I was like, yo, why doesn't that? He brings a skill set that not a lot of our DNs have, because a lot of both our starting DNs on the bigger side. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, why can't that play? And I'm talking both sides of the coin, because like, I don't understand when those differences are made. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the talent on the field. But if they're young guys, Juan, they're all hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all you get is like their high school tape, and because somebody really likes them, and then that's the evaluation they give you. That's all hype. And we're biased as shit. Like, if we really like somebody, we're gonna be like, yo, man, you got to do that. But in the same sense, like, you can't just have to play the young guys and there's the talent on the field, because Joe said it, right? Like, if you're gonna go with the experienced guy, the older guy, just because he has the snaps, then you're never gonna get the young guy that has the higher talent. So it's like I don't understand and understand both sides in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You got to have the confidence and the balls as a staff to play the young guy, because it's not popular a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the other way around, the 5-star that's coming in with all the hype, you got to be confident enough to be like, yo, you're not ready yet, fam.
Yeah,
like,
you got to
chill out. You need a little bit more development.
Yeah.
So especially when they can just leave anytime they want.
Twice a year, they could just bounce. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people coming after them.
For like, now,
here, yeah. For
hopefully
now,
they
who knows
change
what's
it.
gonna change. Yeah. Did you do while I was out? Did you do the Canes we're at?
Nope.
All right, let's get into this Canes we're at and be right back.
Welcome to Caneswear.
New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Before we move on, you're talking about a college football that doesn't exist anymore. That's not a football. 23 years ago, 24 years ago, 25 years ago, that football isn't today's football. So the managing of playing the young guys and figuring it out is even tighter because of the transfer portal. Before, remember, if you transferred to another school, you had to sit a year. So you lost a year of football. Well, yes, you were still practicing. So you could sit. Now that doesn't happen as much. But you have a player like Samson that is willing to sit, to take the time to get the development. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. It's a case-by-case basis. But I'm not talking about like the all-time great Canes and things like that. There's a lot of running backs that came through Miami since the early 2000s, and only a handful of them were truly remembered, you know what I mean, for consistently being just ready to play, man. So obviously one of them that stands out is Duke. But yeah, man. What you got, Joey? You gotta say it like that.
You had a rant that we can leave off of. We can get out of there.
Yeah, we can get out of here on this. So I saw a lot of backlash about the SEC commissioner talking crazy, as he always does, right? Like, yo, we might just leave this. We might just leave this NCAA shit.
They're already doing it, right? Or no?
They're not right now. I think it's just a threat. You know, I think it's just like the press conference of supposed to be like in 28 or 29. Who knows? They're probably in the process of it. It's all about money at the end of the day, right? Yo, you got to give us more spots and all this stuff. I understand that. Look, we the first one to tell you like the SEC glazing is out of control and all that stuff, but that's as far as the media side, right? Like I'm just shooting everywhere here. You have people like Ari Wasserman that'll like complain about Alabama's the fact that they lost to bad teams, but they give them an A+ for their season, right? Like the SEC glazing, as far as the media people do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the commissioner's job is to advocate for the conference.
Yep.
That's literally what he's supposed. Like, you could get mad at it and get, I can't believe he's saying this and all that stuff. Like, the coach is crying is other shit. But the commissioner's job is to put his conference in the best position to make as much money as possible. That's just business, dog. Like, we get mad at it as an ACC team because our commissioner is garbage. He's like, well, I guess if everybody just has fun type of guy. Hey, if everybody gets a trophy, cool, awesome, yay, type of shit. Like, he's not a killer, dog. So when you see somebody like Greg Sankey, it's gonna make a lot of people upset. But like, that's some gangster shit. Like, yo, man, if you don't give us what we want, we'll leave. That's the sense you need to go with. Not like, oh, you know what? It'd be nice if, you know what? Maybe ACC commissioner was like, well, if they want to give ACC our spot, the SEC our spots, I guess that just makes football better. Like, what type of bitch ass shit is that, dog?
Let him rock, son. He's trying to have
Howard.
fun out here. He's trying to have fun.
Yeah, dog. At the cost of his conference, though. You know what I'm saying? At the cost of his conference, dog.
Trying to have a ball out here, man. You know what I mean? He's just trying to party, trying to bullshit and party.
Yeah, just trying to party and bullshit, party. That's all he's trying to do. But yeah, man, like I'm not mad at Greg Sankey at all, dog. Like I get that's what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the business. Like the coach is crying about them not winning anymore. That's just because everybody's getting paid when they were the only ones paying. Let's keep it a stack. You know, and that's just all it is, man. It's wild. Juan, we are not back on tonight. That is next week for the culture with Flo and AO. I got a thumbnail ready for that one next week because we're hosting. But no, we're done after today, and we'll be back on Sunday to recap. You know what I'm saying? The official visit weekend. Hopefully,
get a couple commits.
Oh, you cut out. Of course,
cut out.
It's fantastic.
I cut out.
No. To me, like you were good. I'm sure you were talking the whole time, and everybody heard you fantastic. I was just frozen. So to me, you cut out.
You good.
Yeah. Did we talk about Reese? I'm saying the offensive line commit. You covered that. Yeah, we got an offensive line commit.
Yeah,
already. I guess it's already been stated the man's a project, but hell of a project that he's already 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Which is, again, dog. Like if that's a project, I remember when we had 5'10" offensive tackles. You know what I'm saying? So I'm totally good with that.
Yeah. Good program.
Pause.
Yeah. Good program.
Yeah,
man. Solid pickup again, and you know some other people wanted him. So
yeah. Took him. Said Miami was a dream school always. So locked in.
Yeah.
Look, man.
The interior O line is looking crazy.
Hope on Sunday we back talking about a couple commits. You know, look, the graphic is already up for who we want. Had to put him up first, man. Derrek Cooper will be crazy to have that wrapped up, but you know what I'm saying, be patient. It takes a little bit of time in it, but hopefully that's done by this weekend, man. That's done, signed and delivered, dog. Because man's been a camp was green and orange his whole life. You know what I'm saying, isn't his mom an alum?
Nah, that's Russell,
Calvin Russell. Yeah. All right. I got nothing else, man. You got anything, Joey?
No, man. It's time, baby. It's time. It's party time for these recruits.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Party time, man. Let's get it. Let's bag them up. Get them bagged up this summer and get ready for the season, man.
Yeah. Do we have a commitment date yet for Derrek Cooper?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so, no.
Somebody's committing like on their birthday or something.
Kenton Dobson is June something.
Kenton Dobson is he already he's committed to us already.
I could be saying the wrong name then. Somebody's committing. It's like picked between five schools and 4 of them are SEC. It's a defensive back, like June something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, so Derrek Cooper's commitment date is June 26th.
Oof. So after
that's coming up.
That's a month. That's almost exactly a month away, dog. So after all the OVs, right?
I think that's his birthday. I think that's his birthday or something.
Okay. We'll have to look into that. Probably reach out. We'll be back Sunday. Ryan Moret is the 25th. Look, man, y'all got to remember May through June, all official visits every weekend. July is a dead period. So that's when you'll be getting, I think Calvin Russell commits in July. So y'all be, you know what I'm saying, just July is usually when everything's done and the commitments are done and over. I don't think Miami's going to do in-season official visits again. I think they've already said that. So this is it. This is their shot.
There'll be plenty of people at games.
Yep.
You know, so I think, again, if the performance on the field is what it should be, then, you know, I think we'll be fine, man.
Facts, man. All right, man. Y'all be good. Be safe. Catch y'all on Sunday. Should be the full squad. We shall see. All right, man. Peace.
Hey, wait, Friday.
Thanks for watching. You heard. Thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all. You already know every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You already know every Sunday, right on time. You already know.